Yay. Can y'all hear me? What's going down? 420 kids live and direct and in effect, man. Hey.
Live and direct, baby. Live and direct.
Knowledge is key.
Yeah.
It's Chiller. Hey.
You know it. You know it. You know it.
Johnny Mackin on the track, man. What's going down?
What's going down? You know what it is. On this side, it's Killer. Straight for representative. Forever free all day. Orange
Yeah.
shirt
Yeah.
work. Keeping it moving. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about it, better ask about it. What's happening, fellas?
What's going down? What's going down, man? Hey.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Man, what's going down? How y'all doing, family? How we doing today?
Hey, man, you know, it's
all
always
good.
peace and blessings. All peace and blessings, all good in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. You hear me? Yeah. Tell
Fuck
me about
Mr.
it, man.
Rogers.
Hey, for real.
Fuck Mr. Rogers. Pedophile ass nigga.
Hey, everybody motherfucking neighborhood is different. You hear me?
Listen here, man. I never watched the motherfucker anyway. I didn't even know who the fuck he was when they started talking about the nigga. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's what he had? Oh, man, shit.
That's what he had going on. Ain't that it, man? What y'all think about this Atlanta DA targeting rappers over lyrics, man?
Hey, before we get into the DA and what they doing to the rappers over lyrics, we got to talk about something that we talked about earlier today. Conversation amongst us we had prior to coming to this, talking about our roots or our heritage. How in all of the prophetic books, we are listed in those books, but we have no recollection of our culture. We have no recollection of who we are. So with that being said, before we get into being targeted, can we furthermore get into the roots of why certain people are being targeted?
Hey, I can dig it, man. I can dig it, Jack.
Shit. Hey.
Hey, to piggyback off what you were saying, the roots of why are people being targeted? I think they're unfairly being targeted because they're black, successful, multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs. And rich, right, corporate America has a problem with that. You hear me? Especially the people when you keeping the money circulating around in people who look like you. So I think they're being unjustly targeted just because of stuff that they're saying in their songs. And I highly disagree with it. What you think about it, Ish, man?
Well, you know, I can stand in the middle and say I agree with both sides as far as in the roots of where we come from. My bad. The roots of where we come from, how far we are away from our roots. So some would probably say, speak on the systematic annihilation that's been placed upon us, right? So what does that create? It creates hate, jealousy, envy amongst one people, which is us. You know what I'm saying? And so our culture that a lot of people are out there fighting so hard for, is it actually our culture? Or is it the culture that was created through systematic annihilation? So on both sides, I can agree with saying that I ain't gonna agree with the woman sentencing people or trying to sentence people over lyrics. What I will agree with is that we are far away from our roots, far away from the purpose of what we were here, what we were placed here to do. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna go too deep into that, but the rap music is a form of expression, just like country music, just like pop music, just like rock music, whatever type of music. You know what I'm saying? It's just as much of an art as it is as the others. So I don't see why a DA would try to, you know what I'm saying, prosecute a person or just their lyrics when it's actually their job to actually find evidence, hard evidence, undisputable evidence in solving the case. So that's my take on that. I got more coming for you later on in the episode.
I can dig that.
Uh,
Brother Knowledge, man. What give me some insight on DAs using or targeting rappers over lyrics, man. What you think about it?
Man, I had to hit it dead on the head. I say it's touched some powerful points. He has some major power points. I would first have to go into the culture once again and say, even in the culture of what they call in rap, you go to the culture part of it of hip hop, it meant something totally different. So when you get to the rap, now we're talking about the manifestation of something else that was put into whatever it is. So I say you come to the culture of us as people. I don't say that people hate you because you black and all of that. Nah, they hate you because they know your greatness. You don't know it. Like some people feel like it might be unfair. It might be unfair to you for you to be able to unlock your knowledge. It might be unfair to them. It's like a huge disadvantage to you being somewhere, you know the land, you know the language, you know the knowledge. Once you know and you able to apply that knowledge, you can become a threat to build nations within nations. Like it's a different type of thinking. So I think that the whole situation is to keep you dumbed down where you can keep putting people in a certain environment, certain situations. Every time they start building, you can find a way to destroy. Because by the time they get there and they really know you didn't document it and calculated so much data on them, it's easy to take them out the street. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a data thing. And then when you start connecting, yeah, it goes real deep. Man, we're gonna further much definitely get all the way into this, but that is my take. Definitely my take on that.
Hey man, I definitely understand what people are talking about with the lyrics. Now, this is my personal opinion on it, man. I definitely understand what people are talking about the lyrics, but let's use Snoop Dogg for example. Now, what's his name? Calvin Broadus. That's Snoop Dogg's name.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're holding Snoop Dogg accountable for a character that he is portraying in this industry, and not holding actual hard evidence, man, it's easy to say, look, he's talking about killing people and selling drugs. Okay, you're in a court of law. Do you have the whole state's resources to prove these allegations? And I think just with the demonization of black people in general, as well as gangbangers, we convicted before they even faced their day in trial, man. So personally, I think, man, we should just let them have their day in court and show support, because we don't know if they're actually doing what they're talking about in the songs, or how many people, actual rappers. Just I'm gonna ask y'all a question, man. Let me take it back to this. You hear me? How many people actually rapping in the songs? What percentage do you think is actually doing what they're talking about?
Well,
I say a good 20%.
Okay. What about
that's
you?
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twin.
These are fabrications. You know, man, they saying you hear me, like they John Gotti. It ain't no black cartels. It ain't no, you hear me? It's what's going on really? Are they demonizing? Why is rappers the only one getting prosecuted? Like I'm sitting there with baby, just shit. We was watching Saul yesterday. The dude hanging with his tongue. It's a train coming. You hear me? He hanging with his tongue to clear himself from being slaughtered by the train. He has to rip his tongue out of his mouth. You hear me? Like holding Young Thug accountable for things he's saying in the song without actual evidence. Now, if you got evidence and bodies and witnesses and things, now this is a whole nother ordeal. But to hold him accountable, just say, hey, look, he said this. That's like holding Keanu Reeves accountable for some shit he's doing on John Wick. Turn on the last John Wick 3 with the auto fight scene. Go ahead.
So what you talking about, what they doing is they're attacking the persona instead of the person. Right?
Yeah.
Just how you mentioned Snoop Dogg is a persona.
Yeah, a persona.
Calvin Brothers is
the real
really
person.
who he is. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I could definitely feel you on that. And you definitely shouldn't attack, because what's one of the main rules in life? Believe half of what you hear, believe none of what you hear, and half of what you see. So in that case, if that's a true thing to live by, then I don't think it's 20%, but it's all them niggas ain't doing what the fuck they say they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey, bro.
For one, if they was, ain't none of these niggas slick enough to get away. I will say this. Got a lot of dummies out there. They smart enough to make some money. They ain't smart enough to keep their motherfucking mouth closed, though. It's a two-way street. You got it's like this, man. You might get a bag of apples right from the store. And the first apple you pull out that motherfucker, if it's rotten, you don't even want no parts of the rest of the bag. You see what I'm saying? So in that case, you do have some cats out here, and I'm not trying to make light of what the DA in Atlanta is doing. But you do have some bad apples out here that are doing exactly what they doing in their song. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. The ones who actually doing what they do in their song, they end up like Mo 3. And that's my nigga. I fucks with him. Love this music. But at the same time, when I seen the news and he was dead, it didn't even surprise me. When I looked at the news and seen Spot 'em got him was dead, it didn't surprise me.
Spot 'em got him ain't dead, bro.
Oh, that was a hoax.
Nah, he did get shot. He did get shot, but yeah, he died though.
Oh, he ain't die.
Nah, but
yeah, man, go ahead, man. That's all. Like I'm trying to finish rolling this motherfucker. I appreciate that clarification, though.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Yeah, man, shit.
Yeah, man, like I was saying, bro, the whole shit, man, with them prosecuting people for pursuing a character, it's highly unlikely. I think, like you said, with that 20%, I think it's lesser than that actually doing it, and especially the famous ones. You telling me $1 million rappers is running around here slaughtering and killing and just getting away with it, man? Like I say, hey, this ain't the movies. This ain't John Wick. You hear me? You telling me they just out here kick bodies on bodies, they stepping on, man? Come on, bro. You hear me? The killing in the movies, in the rap is being so much demonized over. Like I said, me personally, I don't like to watch a movie unless it's murder, sex, and drugs. We was just
Right.
watching Saw, Jason. What's the one we want to go see with the widow and the vampires? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So scary movies. My question is, why is it that rap music gets all of the negative publicity when it's most likely creating the most successful Black entrepreneurs?
But they doing the most bullshit. Like, let's call it what it is. Let's call that shit what it is. They doing the most bullshit. Bruh, in country music, you cannot turn on a country radio station in the world that's gonna be talking about bitch shake that ass for cash, all this and that, man. You don't see that. You're not gonna hear that on country, rock and roll, Latin music, house, none of this other music. So if you're talking about genocide, killing people that look like you, I'm putting money on people's head, you doing all that bullshit, and you laughing when people die. If that's the energy that you are projecting to this world, like, yeah, you need to go ahead and hurry up and force yourself out of this business. I'm tired of living around people like that. Yeah, let me get that. Like, let me get that. Not misunderstood now. Like, some people in 3D, some people in 5D. I suggest everybody attempt to level up in life and hit that 5D plateau. Like, if you want to stay stuck, if you want to do shit where you know eyes is on you, and if you know this is taking place, and you're a multimillionaire, at some point you got to say enough is enough. I'm big. I'm squashing all that bullshit. It's about something bigger than that. Don't even talk to me with, yeah. Like, you have to be able to cancel that shit out or cancel it out. I mean, so at some point there is that part where there's accountability, and then there is the part where, you know, you do have the Nipsey hustles, and there's other examples of people attempting to go. There's examples of both, but do you get so bad that the DA, these people have to come sort out your disputes in your civilization? Like, we got to take it from the ground root to where it's at now. Do we call these people to our houses on our family members? Like, you see, do I call them on my mama? Do I call them on my? If we not gonna touch all aspects of that, it's gonna be a part to get down to the deeper root of why these rappers catch and like how that's taking place. Like, we got to get all the way to it. If we're gonna go there, like, shit, we're gonna go there with it.
I just had a question that popped up in my mind.
Yeah.
Talking about our culture. I think our culture needs an overhaul.
Big.
Because let's ask this question for anybody who's watching. Is our culture really something to be proud of? Through and through. I'm talking about all the way through and through. We can look at the good, we can look at the bad, we can look at the best, we can look at the ugly. Really, is our culture really that much to be proud of? Why is it that a lot of us really rather have what the white people? But since we can make money off of speaking on things that happen or may not have happened to a beat and get paid,
check them out, and I'll see you in the next week.
We rather just keep doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand that it's music, they rapping, it's a form of expression. They talking about shit they might have done seen. I ain't gonna say they did or didn't do anything or nothing like that, but I definitely understand that it's a form of art, and it's a form of expression. I'm not gonna act like that this is just something that the main influence over kids neither. And I'm not gonna act like a movie is neither, because I feel like what people see in their everyday life, up close and personal, is the real determining factor of what type of person they gonna be. Even if you look at those guys that's been out there doing them little mass killings, them little kids and shit like that, you dig a little deeper into their people's lives, you'll find out. Even if his daddy ain't like that, he got a close uncle that he cool with. Go to his house every weekend. This motherfucker ain't shit. And it's just as much as you got a nigga who gangbang that got a 2-year-old in a picture with him throwing up a goddamn gang sign.
Hey.
Or a 5-year-old talking about a switch. Only switch I knew about when I was 5 years old was a motherfucking switch off a damn bush.
Okay.
A real long thin one too. Cause she wanted that motherfucker to get up on you and wrap around your leg and shit. You know what I'm saying?
What
That's
about
all.
this? What about this, man? This is my question. It's strange to me that see, the thing is, the whole gangster shit, what color people do you think about when you think about gangs? Anybody can answer, then I'm gonna go finish what I'm saying. What color people do you think about when you think about gangs?
About brown people.
You're gonna think about mostly black people. You hear me? Because we get demonized for everything. As long as they controlling the media, we always gonna be demonized.
What color are you?
We talking about what we classified as African Americans, blacks, niggers. You know, that's classified. When they talking about niggers, everybody know who they talking about. So that's how we gonna classify. So blacks. Hey, you know, that's another damn thing. We don't want to classify ourselves as the same. It don't matter what we call ourselves as long as it's something different. This is how they can conquer us, divide and conquer. We refuse to see each other as one people with one purpose, with one goal. So with that being said, okay, say these accusations of these RICO acts are true. It's a man, who else is getting RICO act? Publicly hang like that. What other multi-million-dollar motherfuckers in the music industry or sports industry who you see they dragging through the mud like they do black people? We're dealing with the people who said this is the law. The law says you're legally allowed to be slaves. You hear me?
See this?
Then they go to Jim Crow. Then the penitentiary industrial complex. We're constantly the problems, and we keep perpetuating the we telling our youngsters, our kids, hey, you just gotta stop gangbanging, stop selling dope. You gotta, you know, we're constantly talking about the problems.
Hold on, bro. So hold on. So all I heard was once again, why we the problem. But I don't hear still not the solution. Not the solution. Like at the end of the day, it can't be why we the only ones. We already know that shit. The point is why? Why did it happen from the beginning? In these biblical terms, when they talking about these tribes or these certain people that did all of these great things, who do you think they was talking about?
I disagree with both of the shit y'all saying though. Just to point that out, but go ahead.
Listen. Hey, I want to hear disagree.
I agree.
Real talk.
I agree with what y'all saying and disagree. You got to be able to see both sides.
Right.
No, I see both sides.
Yeah.
I definitely see both sides. But I don't want it to ever sound like we sitting around here complaining like, nah, we ready to build. We ready to get on our nunchuck, Bruce Lee. We ready to build. Like we proven, even the fact that we right here, we proving something different. That there can be men of Nubian descent, brown colored, handsome men, and we can come together for one cause. We can get more people together for a bigger cause. And it's gonna be a domino effect. It's gonna get bigger and bigger and grow. And that's what it's about. But if we keep talking about, oh, we know what they like. We know it, motherfucker. If we don't know what somebody up to now, like, come on, bro. Like, we can keep speaking about the problem. I mean, we can do that and we can complain, but them screams don't get you most. Like say, first switch we got was off a tree. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we gotta, you know.
I'm gonna ask you this real quick, and I'm gonna pass it to Tiller.
Yeah.
Like when we always just talking about the women, what do we always talk about them not addressing?
Mental health.
And the what? The trauma. You hear me?
The trauma, yeah. The trauma.
Are we above correction? Like how we talk about the women being above correction? Because we refuse to address the trauma. Slavery. We act like it never existed.
Yeah, like, and you know what? I'm mad I missed that. Cause if you ask me, hell yeah. To a degree, we all feel like we're above some type of correction. Cause it all depends on who the fuck trying to correct your motherfucking ass. Sometimes. Depending on who, nigga, who the fuck is you? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, some people like, nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'll say. Check this out. It's a bunch of niggas that's done got hit with a CCE. And that's damn near the same thing. Bunch of niggas, a bunch of rich niggas, a bunch of niggas who had long dope. I just wanted to put that out there. He ain't the only one. And I'm going to put this out there too. One thing I don't believe is that just cause you rich and you got money that you will fuck exempt from the goddamn rules. Cause I tell you what, you can be fucking Jay-Z. Nigga call me a bitch or say nigga spit in my face or something like that. Jay-Z get the shit slapped out his motherfucking ass. And that's me saying that God honest truth. Straight up. I don't give a fuck. And shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to shit like that, right is right, wrong is wrong. Rich, poor, anything, I don't give a fuck. Shit. I done sat beside niggas in the county, nigga, that got a CCE. Nigga done been in the pen with niggas that got CCE cases. Niggas had long dope, big old long dope, nigga, shit. Long dope, that shit never ran out. Nigga always spending money the whole time they in that motherfucker. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put that out there. But, like I say, shit. The DA cannot solely go after a person based off of their words on a song. It gotta be other evidence involved. And for one, if you got other evidence involved, you don't even need them motherfucking rap lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. If they done the work that they needed to do, and they got concrete evidence, then that's what they do. They'll do anything. That's how we got to understand our roots. We got to understand what we got up in us. You see what I'm saying? We got to find the path out. We keep, to a degree, I'm with knowledge, we can't keep pointing at these motherfucking problems all the time. That's all you see on niggas' social media timelines is motherfuckers' problems. Except for right now, because all the kids been going back to school out here and shit like that. But niggas, little kids is playing football, all that shit like that. School back in session everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Niggas ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit. Why a bitch won't submit? Then you got the other shit. I ain't saying that we can't talk about it. I feel like we definitely address the pain. I don't feel like black people don't. I don't feel like we don't address our pain. We address that shit. If you ask me, we address that shit. Now it might be single, like individuals that don't address their issues, but overall, As a black people right now, we have no problem with speaking on what has been done to us.
I
Literally.
disagree. I
But that's the
disagree.
thing. We do a
Yeah.
whole bunch of motherfucking talking. My bad. We do a whole bunch of motherfucking talking about shit.
Yeah.
But ain't
Yeah.
nobody actually putting that orange shirt work in to be a better person. At the end of the day, what's gonna keep you from ending up like one of them niggas? What's gonna keep us if we hit it big like that and got all that money like that? What's gonna keep us from ever being in a situation where we gotta get brought up in RICO cases? So you know RICO cases, a lot of drugs and probably some bodies involved. What we gotta do
Let me ask you
to
this
not
quick
to not
question.
have that shit happen to us?
Let me ask you this quick question, and I'm gonna pass it to KT. Because it's a lot of people talking about, we talk about the problems and the solutions is all in one. You know, it's impossible to me to come up with solutions to oppressive conditions if we don't want to act like we are the oppressed. When we point out situations in the African American community, we always pointing out the problems. Look, y'all did this. Oh, okay, it's a lack of currency, education, healthcare, the lack of resources amongst the people that have the least amount of resources, and we're pointing the finger at, you're the reason that we get treated like this. So when they say back to the solution part, this is the question that I have about community activism. How are, if, and we have to define community, how is people claiming that they're community activists and they don't live in the community? It seems like the people that have the voice, they don't have the problems of the community. And that's my question. When I pass that to knowledge, that's for knowledge too. And then we'll get you the flow. Yeah.
So first of all, we address the word community. All right, so first of all, we address the word community or common unity. Those that you have common unity with. That's to address the word community. But then past that, we're going to, what was the overall question was
what?
Okay, all right, I got you. So now that we're living where we have such a form of currency as Bitcoin, Cash App, money, physical money, which not a lot of people use now. You have all these different forms of currency. So when you look at the forms of currency and you say, how can you help people? You can build schools. There are a lot of books that people can't get in schools. A lot of books that tell you what you were prior to slavery. A lot of things that exist, you're just not going to get them on school. But now you have the internet. There are all type of ways that if you are looking to find your higher being, your higher conscious, if that's what you're looking for, then you don't have to live in the community to help activate the community. You said community activist. So that's someone who goes to the community and activates their community. You don't have to go to the community every day to activate that community. You could go walk there one time, slap a couple of kids' hands, shake a couple, make your presence felt big time in there, and then go to another community, activate there. Like you can community activate wherever you have presence at. You can community activate there. So that's my answer. That's my answer to that.
Okay, Tiller, what you got for me, brother?
All right. Community activist.
What is community activism? Give me an example of community activism. Piggybacking off of what knowledge you said.
Mentorship. You can do mentorship, outreach programs to just come and actually give the kids something else to do other than the ordinary things that they would do sitting around the house. A lot of this used to be done in the summer times by churches and things like that. Even though nowadays we see that a lot of churches full of shit, but back in the day, that was something that churches would do. Even back in the day, that was something that some of the gangsters would do. The black gangsters, the Frank Luce's, Nicky Barnes, and motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple other motherfuckers of recent history probably was doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Give me an example, or who would you think right now is doing community activism? Who would you say?
That would be doing some type of J. Cole.
J. Cole, a rapper. Who else?
It's a few. So I'm trying to think about people who ain't just doing it for some type of tax write-off or something like that. Even though I know J. Cole could probably get his taxes rolled off, I'm just saying I feel like it's more of a pure thing from his heart that he's doing it. You see what I'm saying? Let me see, somebody who's not a rapper. Then we just going with entertainment and shit like that. We talk about famous people anyway. So
somebody
on.
Shit that could reach back and help out.
It's a few people doing something. Let me see.
That was my whole thing. Why I asked you that, because like I say, the rappers get all the backlash, and it's only the rappers that's giving back and coming back to the community. It's only the rappers.
I mean, they have okay, because that's because of the hood obligation that we talked about. For one, they feel like they ain't got no goddamn choice. We make them feel like they ain't got no motherfucking choice. Let's get that straight. We make them, you ain't a real nigga if you don't come back to the hood. You ain't a real nigga if you can't go back home and walk through the same city that you grew up in. What if I grew up in the city where everybody kicked my ass every goddamn day? I wouldn't want to walk back through that motherfucker. Fuck, you know what? I don't want to walk back. I'm going to ride through this motherfucker. Shit on all them motherfuckers and keep on moving.
Yeah.
Shit. We don't want to address the issues, right? Yeah. The thing about it is we don't want to address our own issues, bro. We want to address that other shit. We love to address that other shit. We as black people having a conversation like this, the majority don't want to have a conversation like this, because if you my brother, nigga, we should be able to keep it real in a one-on-one or 3-on-3 conversation, however we having this shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's us three having a conversation, right? And you be like, hey man, come on, keep it real with me, my nigga. Keep it real with me, tell me. You know that shit? I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause guess what? If I lie to y'all, then this shit is, I don't give a fuck about nothing anyway. If y'all my niggas, y'all my inner circle. So us as black people, why can't we? My question is, why us as black people can't talk about this without the other part, without people from your point of view saying, well, what about this? What about this? What about what about how the fuck you think right now?
Once again,
other than talking about what the fuck somebody else done put in place years ago, what can you do at this point in time?
That's the biggest discussion in the world.
What I'm saying? Us as black people, bro, we gotta really get open. Wake the fuck up. Niggas, that woke shit was some bullshit. I'm talking about wake the fuck up.
Activate.
For real, wake the fuck up. On shirt work, my nigga. It's gonna take hard work and sweat. We want a motherfucker to just hand the shit over. How you gonna get it? How you gonna get it? Bro. And what you gonna do when you get it? Right? Niggas gonna do the same thing, bro. If we talking about niggas, And we know we talking about niggas. So we talking about niggas. A lot of niggas is gonna get that money and do the same bullshit. Go try to get more of the same bullshit. Instead of trying to a slow nickel be the fast dime any goddamn time, bro. Any goddamn time. So I'd rather invest my shit and know I ain't got to look over my motherfucking shoulder for no police or for no nigga. Cause that's gonna be the other motherfucker trying to take my shit. That's the cold hard motherfucking facts. A white motherfucker know not to approach my goddamn doorstep with no bullshit. If he do, you already know he owns some high powered bullshit. You already know that. Come on, bro.
What
Only
you
nigga.
hold on. I can
Shit,
dig it,
come
boy.
on,
He
baby.
turned up. I can
Yeah.
dig it. What you got for us, Charles? What you got?
Hey,
That's why I enjoy that point of view, man. I see you
I
get
know.
emotionally
My
charged when we
bad. I'm
talk
sorry.
about
My
it.
bad.
Hey,
My
nah,
bad. I
hey,
apologize.
that's that good shit.
Yeah, we
That's
get
I'm
that
through
good
for the
shit.
night.
charged. We get emotionally charged when we talk about real shit. So we're gonna keep it. I agree and I disagree with most of the shit you're saying, but shit, you got
God
entitled
damn
to
it.
your perception. You
Stand
hear
on
me?
what the fuck you say,
God
though.
damn it.
I'm
Yeah,
understanding
stand
what
on
you
it.
say.
Stand on
Shit.
it. Stand on it. Stand on what he said.
Shit. God
What you
damn it.
got for me,
Shit.
Knowledge? What you got for me, Knowledge?
Hey,
Oh,
man.
shit. About to say, I'm about to go again.
Oh, no, hell no. Make my screen big and all that shit, too. Like, I need the same respect around this one. Oh, yeah, I ain't doing none of that shit right there.
It's my phone, bro. It's my phone.
Oh,
Look,
hell no.
hold on,
We ain't
look.
doing none.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
your
we ain't
shit,
doing
bro.
we
Hold
ain't
on,
You
doing
on
look.
the
none
big
of that
screen.
shit, bro.
You on the big
Hell
screen
no.
now.
Look.
Hey,
Look. I
no.
just turned.
You can't get stage fright like Eminem all day. You
Oh,
hear
no,
me?
hell no. Ain't
Look.
none of that.
Look.
Ain't none of
Look. I
that.
just
Ain't none of
turned it
that.
back.
Yeah. So Pete, it's proved it once again. Once again, he proved it. It all go back to not having a culture. It was the number one thing that was taken from amongst your people that they would argue about is not having a culture, not calling yourself black, not calling yourself African American. You don't know what the hell to call yourself. You don't know what religion you are. You don't know what language you spoke. You just know you're in a European, which is called a European, a European place.
Hellenism, the adoption of ancient Greek customs and culture.
There we go.
Why we living in hell. You got it.
So there we go. So until you can agree on a culture of respect, on principles, it don't matter what you call the culture. We just got to have principles. Once we can come with the commandments and the principles and come to agreements on certain things like that, 99% of our problems are solved right there. 99% of our problems is solved. If we can come up with rules. Yeah, if you feel we are everybody dealing with mental health now. Like let's put that out there once and for all. Everybody, sometime you might be pissed today. You don't know why you pissed. You might have just woke up. You're a woman, shit. It might be close to cycle, maybe not. Women just have different attitudes. That's something that they do. You know, amongst them, it'd be cool when we get some women up here to talk, because I like for them to be able to talk their point. All right, but in between that being said, if we don't come to a culture or a common unity or get some type of commandments that we set out, certain things, like I say, we respect each other. You meet everybody with respect until they show you different. You don't say, I demand respect, or you're going to have to show me respect, or you're going to give me my respect. That's not the way you greet nobody or have communication with people. It's asking for problems. So until we get a culture where we don't have to be, the laws don't have to be the answer to all your problems. Like, until it has to get, your problems got to be pretty bad, bro. It is, you talking about, this is a gentrification that's taking place for real. Like, these are people are coming in places where they have raised the rent up to, you had houses that was $200,000 houses, now they $500,000 houses. If you think you're gonna keep doing the same thing in a $500,000 neighborhood that you was doing in a $200,000 neighborhood, you got another thing coming. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They clean that motherfucker right on up.
Hey, real talk. Hey, real talk with the quickness. So that is what we're dealing with. When you're dealing with gentrification, prices rising up everywhere. you're gonna either find a culture, you're gonna find a better way of thinking, communicating, and doing things, or you basically waiting on your own demise. Like, you can see the struggle, the pain, and all. I feel it. Like, I feel it to a point where it's like, this is the reason, this is what makes me happy to see us brothers be able to jump on here and really be able to touch, activate who watches what we saying and see why we saying and what you say is important. Because they hear the stuff that's not important, but we gonna say the stuff that don't nobody want to say for real. Yeah, in closing.
Hey, I can dig that, man. Let me see. Let me see. This is what I got right there. You heard me? This is the question, man. What are some solutions to improving our situations or our community? You know, to what could we change in our community to where if you had the power of all African Americans, what we currently are classified as right now, African Americans, what would be some solutions what would be some ideas that you would suggest to the community to improve our situation? That's my question to you. I've been fumbling all on my mouth dry in the mud. You hear me? Like, damn, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Okay. What are some solutions to improving our community? There you go. You hear me? Boy, you gotta quit smoking that.
let me I'll say this. I'm gonna try to be quick. Knowledge said it earlier. It's about the roots. And Dirty, we talked about this a lot when we used to sit down and have these chess matches and shit. Coming together, man.
Well, I used to choke you. I used to choke you out. Stop moving.
You think you tough, don't you, boy? Think you? Hey, I tell you something. I left with the win, player. Yeah, you only good as your last win, player. I went out there with my head up and my chest out. But anyway, it's the main thing. It's about coming together. Cause look, check this out, right? We all sitting on here trying to be positive, talking about something negative, trying to be positive, right? Because at the end of the day, what the bitch is doing is out of line, straight up. Just far as in law and how the law and how justice is supposed to be sought out and served. No, that's some bullshit. But coming together and helping each other instead of it'll be somebody that might see this, might scroll past it on Facebook Live, or might have been watching and been like, oh yeah, I don't like the jacket he got on. Dang, what's that in this background? Oh, that's some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like this.
Yeah.
You know why a lot of black people gonna go to the negative shit when you talk about black people? It's because overall we're fucking negative people.
Because they taught us if you say
Hold
this
on.
ain't our culture.
So that's the thing. Wake up. Snap out of that shit. That's why we gotta come together. If this bitch over here selling a plate, I buy one from her. If a bitch over there on the next side selling a plate, I buy one from her too. Now, bitch, what the fuck is you mad about? Because I bought a plate from her. You see what I'm saying? Type of shit like that. We have to wake up and understand to a degree what we do to ourselves is just as important. No, all the way around. It's just as important as what others do to us. Matter of fact, if not more important, because they can only kill probably one of us at a time. See, with the police involved and all that shit, right? Let a gang of niggas get to having a shootout, and you gonna have one dude who really got. See, that's the thing. It be the motherfuckers who don't supposed to get killed that be done. That's where the problem is, from the gang banging shit.
The
You
prophets.
see what I'm saying?
Bruh, the prophets.
Or I ain't even gonna just center it around gang banging. I'm just gonna say around that young minded stupidity. Because you have little babies that's done died. Plenty of them. Little girls that's done got shot. Little parties and shit. All this shit done been on First 48. That's the most shit that be happening. It be motherfuckers that's done got hit that wasn't supposed to get hit. Nigga, hey, I ain't, now I tell you like this, and I'm gonna let it go. Then a young man get up on live one day and say, yeah, I feel like knocking something off today. And he went and did it live. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with that nigga? See, we have issues that we need to address. One thing, we don't want to talk about the mental. We don't want to talk about our mental shit. Something was wrong with that boy.
The trauma that I often keep
Something was wrong with that boy. Something was wrong with that boy. See, but we need more CC. So what we got to do now is actually go ahead and that's what I'm about to start doing next, stepping on out there. But anytime I see a young man just out there, I can be at the court, whatever. Be a little young dude out here riding around. Hey, man, and we ride behind them cars. Be safe. Don't talk like that, man. That ain't cool. You see what I'm saying? You got to train them in a positive manner. It ain't really about how you talk all the time. It's about how you act too.
It's like the youngsters, bro. If we pointing the finger at them, pull up your pants and like, hey, nigga, I don't know my motherfucking daddy. Nigga, who the fuck is you? You hear me? I don't know.
That's
my
all right.
Daddy. That's, you know what I'm saying? This is how the youngsters. That's how you finger. And now, if you fucking with me, like we on the pod, we working out. Hey man, you pulling up, we getting teams, you know, community, example of community activism doesn't, because we talking about motherfuckers who made it. So we just talking about on little shit that you can do on the lower scale. You could be coaching the team. You hear me?
Yeah.
You could be doing community activity. You could be making plates. You could be a janitor in the as long as you're around your community of people and you're doing things. The negative shit gets portrayed, just like I say, the rappers is probably 10%. It's 1% of the motherfuckers like Young Thug doing the shit that they talking about. I say 1% because that's actually probably the percentage of killers. It's 1% of the population that's doing, but it just gets demonized like it's glorified on television. Like I said, I don't want to watch unless it's murder, sex, and drugs. I don't want to watch it. You hear me? It's a certain hunger in America that is portrayed. And that's why you say why the conscious rapper can't get up here and talk about church and graduating college and being righteous is because it's a certain hunger in America. We like murder TV. We like, you know, drugs, sex. That's what we want to watch.
Hey, Dirty, I got a question for you. I got a question for you then. So if that's the kind of television you like, is that what you want your rappers, or is that the music that you want people to display, knowing that once they lose their life, they can't get theirs back like an actor can? You know what I'm saying?
What's the question?
All right, the question is, do you want the rappers saying whatever in their music the same way you see movies are portrayed? Do you want the rappers portraying that image?
I know hip hop is a reflection of the times. You hear me? It's a drug epidemic, and people are getting killed with gun violence is at an all-time high. This is actually what's going on.
But is the music when you look at the culture, we was raised in the we 80s babies. So at the end of the day, have you seen the music have any impact on the people or on the society? The way the music changed, Do you see the people that are listening to that? Do it seem like they hypnotized, like they get hypnotized by the music in any way? If they under the drugs, if they on drugs, the way you say, if they listening to this music, can they become demonic for real? Can it hit their vibration?
Music has tremendous influence.
Okay.
That's the argument. But visuals, I put it like this. Would you rather somebody take your ears or your eyes? It's not even a question to decide with me. You know, that's the impact of hearing and actually seeing. That's the difference. I'm taking ears all day. Take my hearing.
It'd be messed up if you couldn't hear nothing though. You see how you was how you was acting when we had technical difficulties and you couldn't hear. You talking about shit. Get on the nigga ass.
I swear, I'm over here thinking like shit. I be needing to hear like a motherfucker. Shit, right now. I need to hear.
Close your eyes. Now close your eyes. Let's do it. No lie, nigga. Now. Okay. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, now open your eyes.
What? I can still what?
You would rap just now closing your eyes. You tell me you would even compare not having your sight to your hearing? Hey,
I would. I promise I would.
Nigga, I would. That 3 seconds of darkness.
It's different when it's different when you just sitting there and you just purposely not saying something. When you can't hear, that shit is more. That shit is fucked up. Like when you can't hear. You be like, what?
You got to choose one, though.
You ever got mad at a motherfucker? You ever got mad at a motherfucker because you couldn't hear what the fuck they were saying? Nigga, speak the fuck up, bro. Goddamn, bro, I can't hear you.
You right in front of motherfucker talking.
Hey, bro, on everything. Hey, on everything. Sometimes I can hear somebody's voice without seeing that person. I already had kind of a description of what they look like.
That's
like I already know from hearing their voice.
Yeah, you kind of learn that over time. You learn. I done learned that over. I done had experience. Shit. You
got some people be like, you wouldn't think that's damn. You sound like that.
Hey,
you hear me?
Like that.
Some people like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you get surprised. Like Miss Chalet, if you hear her talk, but you be like, damn. Yeah, that'll catch you off guard. That'll catch you off guard.
That may sound like some fucked up auto tune. Shit.
Fucked up auto tune. That used to be baby right there, but the whole point.
Yeah, see, I couldn't even fuck with nothing like that. Right there, the voice will kill me already. I'm squeaky ass voice. Then you know when she get mad, either she a crier or she an arguer, a person that's combative. It don't matter. It's gonna be hell. Cause if she a crier,
I think that they having these women DAs. I'm with women's equal rights, but the constantly undermining of women in America, they always trying to compare their energies to being a man. So they're gonna do try to do a tougher job. And this is ridiculous that they're using lyrics to prosecute rappers. And you got all the state's resources. They got illegal wiretaps. They got surveillance cameras. They got informants. They got like I say, the whole state's resources. And you talk about, look at this song. It's high power bullshit to me, man. And it seems like we get targeted illegally, statistically.
You know what's fucked up, though?
Illegally.
You know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? I remember being in Oklahoma, right? And ain't this lady black that we talking about?
Yeah, she black.
That's right. So this lady black. This is a problem. This is a problem that we ain't seeing. This lady black. Old girl, the one that did Meek, the little judge that did Meek Mill like that. She was black. And then look,
we crucified
that one DA, I think she might have been either in the city or she was in Tulsa. Her name was Twyla Gray. They was like, yeah, man, you ain't want to against her. You run up against her, it's over with.
You're going up against the black people. The black people really hate niggers. They hate niggers more than the white people. You hear me?
Pete,
Yeah. Ooh,
Pete though.
Damn.
But hey, what you saying is true. And these black women they putting in there, they are trying to impress a certain type of man. What type of man do you think they trying to impress?
What type or what color?
Yeah.
Shit.
What
color?
What type?
Shit.
What color? Yeah. Yeah. It's a white man they trying to impress.
And
to get up on that ladder.
Hell
Get up on that ladder.
So at the end of you, nigga, you shitted on.
So at the end of the day,
all over your motherfucking ass.
What's going on worldwide is this. Their economy has collapsed to such a point, you have to find somebody to point the finger on. So the poor people you're going to become the victim at some point of it anyways. It's better for people to start thinking to band together, bruh. Color no longer exists. None of that shit, none of it exists. Even if color did exist, the other races of people came from the original people that look like us. We still all came from the same place. So the argument that people can come with is null and void.
I agree.
It's null and void. Okay, let me cut out the part. Let me cut out the only part you could possibly disagree with. You're going to have to go all the way to the point of saying mankind began sleeping with something from a different planet or something that was from a reptilian, because it's part of our brain. The negative part that we have where we react, eat meat, all that is part of the reptilian part of our brain. So if you're not talking about that perspective, we all are one people here on the earth. We really are supposed to be the teachers. We are the solar panels lighting this, bro. I'm telling you, every different type of person in the world is waiting for y'all brothers to wake up. Everybody else, we waiting for us. I'm gonna let you run it. What you say?
I agree with what you're saying. With the one, I would like for it to be.
Disagree.
I would agree. I'm gonna tell you the shit I'm about to disagree with right here in a minute. But I would like to pull up to the white man. Hey, I'm your brother, man. I wish you. But all the Mexicans, we're talking about exploitation, extortion. They lying to the history people, the children in school. They're actually teaching false indoctrination. You hear me? We the end. This is all that we got to get control of what our kids learn. So they brought us here to be slaves, and we're still currently the slaves right now. We're still the oppressed people. You see us on the TV, even from the middle class to the lower class to the wealthy. We living our best life. You hear me? We popping. We some goddamn Frenchmen. You hear me? We got the Cowboys. We got the Thunder, nigga. We got the Lakers. Nah, nigga, we don't got shit. You hear me? And we stop all this popping and organize and come together with our black dollars and until we address that economic flow, it's like you just talking at motherfuckers. You hear me?
That's a good ending point. We're gonna end tonight on until we can get control of our economical flow. Like, and we're gonna start focusing on that. Like, really setting up think tanks with thinkers and people who ready to build in economics and any type of economical people. Man, bro, the women out here, listen to tonight's podcast and tell us we ain't the hottest, dopest. I mean, just for only being up in the month. Hey, bro, hey, big ups to y'all brothers, man.
It's Virgo
big
season.
Ups to all the family.
It's Virgo season. What's happening?
Hey, it's Virgo season. Hey, it's Virgo season.
Hey, the Virgo might be a fuck about that shit, man.
Everybody
holla at me when it's Scorpio season, man.
Everybody
holla at me when it's Scorpio season, man. Shit.
Can't nobody lie. Yeah. I ain't never seen nobody give it up, bro. At the end, when it ended, for the Leos, the Virgos, I'm talking about on the night it was ending for the Leos, bro. That's all I seen on my timeline was like the Virgos talking about this Virgo. I say, boy, I'm telling you,
Hey, reason. Virgos, for no reason.
Millennium. It's the millennium.
Yeah. For no reason.
Peace, God bodies. Peace.